This is a really exciting day for us at Monrovia. It's not every day that a fire department gets to welcome home a new fire truck, let alone a custom-built fire truck. As members of this department, we're extremely proud to welcome home this new truck. As members of the community, you should be equally as excited as us, as this new engine will help us continue to provide the high quality of service that you've come to expect from our department. It's important to note that without our community and supporting this department, without our community supporting this department, without our neighbors, friends, husbands, and wives supporting our members, we would not be able to do any of this. For that, we thank you, and thank you for coming today to celebrate with us. A couple of housekeeping things. Bathrooms are located right over there to my left. It's pretty warm and sticky today, so we've got waters in the blue cooler if anyone's feeling thirsty. And if you need to have a medical emergency, this is probably a good place to do it. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce our Deputy Chief, Pete Mehawk, who's going to give us some insight on the build process and the purpose of this truck. Pete?
Can you all hear me, or do I need to have this on? No, do I really? Okay. I'm not a very big speech writer. I pretty much go right off the cuff, but I have some notes down here. Y'all hear me now? Yes. Okay. Well, welcome everybody. Appreciate everybody here, all the hard work from the members down to the community that helped support this truck and the future support of our department. First, when I moved here in about '91, and this department had just built this station. They used to run out of this Horace Strong store in the back. And they had two forestry trucks here and a 58 American LaFrance, which is awesome. We called them chop tops. The open air cab, back in the day, used to stand on the back and ride the calls. You don't do that anymore for safety reasons. But then in '94, a little before '94, we bought a used fire truck from EOne, a used EOne that was semi-enclosed. And then in '94, I think we bought it in '96. '96, we bought our first custom pumper from EOne. And just recently, we bought this, up here, yeah, sorry, thinking everything's behind me. But anyway, so this is our newest truck. The first custom truck we bought was about $350,000, unequipped. This one here, $650,000 unequipped. So you're another $150,000 to equip it. That goes to the hose, everything it needs to be a Class A pumper. So the process starts about 5 years ago. We sit and say we try to change our apparatus, upgrade our apparatus every 5 years. So 5 years ago, we got together, got a committee together, chief appointed some members, and thousands of man hours of sitting in meetings, looking over stuff, having different vendors come by and bring us trucks to look at, meeting with the vendors. You know, these are our ideas. Can we build them into this? Can we do that? You know, what would best fit our members and our community? When we ended up with Engine 312. Tom Everly, who couldn't be here because he's out working, was instrumental in leading this committee. And you know, without his dedication, late nights at home, getting emails at 3 in the morning because he's configuring the truck. I mean, he could work for any dealer, EOne, Pierce, Sutphin, whoever. He could work for them right now. He is so good at what he does, in not only his work, but doing what he did for us. So it took 5 years. We have an excellent truck. You know, without the help of this community, we wouldn't be able to buy equipment like that. We are probably the best equipped volunteer department in the state of Alabama, bar none. I've ran with 3 different states, starting in Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Alabama, and I'll tell you what, everybody has the same problems. Everybody wants to be the best at what they do, and I can honestly say we are the best here. And I appreciate everybody coming out this evening, or this afternoon, and taking their time away from their family. And last weekend we couldn't do it, we had the storms and stuff, but at least it held off for us today. So I appreciate everything. Thank you very much. Y'all have a nice day.
hear me? All right, let me welcome you to Monrovia Volunteer Fire Department. What an honor it is to be here with you all today. We celebrate our newest addition to our fleet, Engine 312, 2021 EOne Custom Pumper. And today's ceremony is its official ceremony as the in-service, where we actually put the truck in service and we run on calls. I'm truly grateful to stand here today as the 6th Fire Chief in this department's history since 1965. Chief Horace Strong, Chief Harold Jones, Chief Greg Garner, Chief Sean Terry, and Chief Jim Roundtree. I'd also like to recognize Senator Tom Butler, and I believe I saw Speaker Matt McCutcheon here. Maybe he stepped out. But thank you guys, community, thank you volunteers, thank you folks for being with us today. I often think about the emotions 56 years ago when our first chief, Horace Strong, accepted a decommissioned Alabama forestry tanker truck, and with the help of our other founding members, converted it into our first firefighting apparatus. Since that time, we've been fortunate enough to update and expand our fleet with several fire engines to include now our 5th custom pumper purchase. This was designed and specifically built by Monrovia Fire Department members for the service of the Monrovia community. I can only imagine feeling Chief Strong would have today if he was standing here and would be able to look at this incredible truck. I've had the distinct honor to know and learn something from each of the previous 5 chiefs. What strikes me, what stands out the most about each 5 chief previous is their common theme. It always look to what's in front of you. Plan for it, prepare for it, but never forget where you came from. As I look over this 2021 custom pumper, I think about all 5 chiefs. I think about Assistant Chief Rose Smith, who left us this year. I think about the countless members that made sacrifices, some personally financial, that impact our department, bringing us up to today. And I dedicate that truck, Engine 312, to all those that have served. I tell everyone that since the beginning, Monrovia community has produced quality, passionate, dedicated men and women to serve in the Monrovia Volunteer Fire Department. Although lots changed, lots happened in the community over 56 years. Advances in our fire service, advances in technology, introduction of emergency medical services, still holds true today that our best asset are the members that serve. Through tireless hours of training, emergency response, our members offer the very best version of themselves to the service of others. And shiny new equipment, and all the equipment that's put on it, sits in these bays and collects dust without the members to run it and operate it. And I want to thank Assistant Chief Tom Everly and the entire apparatus committee for their work on this engine. When we started 5 years ago, as Pete said, we sat down, we budgeted for this purchase. Ideas were thrown around about what kind of truck we wanted, what was the purpose of this engine, how do we equip it. There were lots of late night meetings, continued discussions, even through the final checkoff at the plant down in Ocala, Florida. We still made changes based on what we felt needed to make. Now I think in today's world, we tend to be result oriented. We want to skip to the end. Everybody wants to get to the end product. We're here today, but I think in that we kind of lose sight of the process, the tough decisions that we made to make this truck a reality. And we tightened the purse strings. We paid off a lot of debt. We put ourselves in a position to buy this truck, and it's almost half paid for. We're putting it in service today. It was definitely a process. This committee put together a workhorse engine, has several new enhancements, safety features, technology improvements, and the upgrades that benefit our department and ultimately benefit our community. Speaking of community, we're very, very, very fortunate We're very fortunate to serve the community that supports our department. I'm also so very thankful to our elected officials. They recognize the challenges of service in the Monrovia area, and they financially support all Madison County Fire Departments to combat these challenges, so we can continue to provide exceptionally high service that the Monrovia community has been accustomed to know. This year we will surpass over 2,000 calls. Actually, we're already there. That's a record year for Monrovia. It's a banner year. We've never ran 2,000 calls. I'm proud to say we have not missed a call since 2016. And we're the only department in this county to say that we've done. I'm getting ready to turn this thing over to Philly. Lieutenant Philly, so we can push this truck in and we can eat. I know everybody smells that food. It's making my stomach growl too. But if you will, if you'll join me, I'd like to say a little prayer over this truck before we get started. Our Heavenly Father, I'm humbled by your divine plan today, Lord. Make this today possible. May all firefighters who call to service in this cab be brought under your protection. Lord, give them the confidence they need in difficult situations. Ground them in the awareness of their special calling. Help them to focus on teamwork, integrity, and the concern for those in need. Lord, I ask that you grant safety in all operations and keep them safe. May their courage enable them to overrun all obstacles. Only you, Lord, know the challenges the future will bring to our new engine and its equipment. And I pray you place this entire truck under your special care and concern. And I ask that you watch over all aspects of its operation. If you'll guide and direct and assist us to do your work, Lord, keep us from harm so we can return home safely to our family. Be with the hands that prepared this food. Lord, we ask that all things be good in your name. Amen.
Amen. Everyone hear me? Yeah? All right. Thank you to both of our chiefs for those words. Before we actually get to pushing, I wanted to kind of explain what a push-in is. So believe it or not, back when Benjamin Franklin was a volunteer fireman, EOne wasn't building custom engines with 1,500 gallons a minute pumps and hydraulic rescues. In those days, firefighters had equipment on horse-drawn wagons and carts with hoses and steam-powered equipment and ladders. After a call, returning to the station, it was very difficult to line up the equipment on the wagon with the equipment in the station while it was attached to the horse. So the firefighters would disconnect the wagon from the horse and push it back to the station where it would be ready for the next alarm. When motorized equipment came around, there was obviously no need to do this anymore. But the fire service is rich in tradition, and one of the long-running traditions the service has had is to push brand new apparatus into the station, honoring our roots and celebrating our future. So without waiting any longer, I'd like to get our members in front of the rig so we can get the push in. And I know that it just started raining pretty good, so we'll make sure that we do this as quickly as we can. Chief, if you want to call our dispatch